these two words. Offer and acceptance is an agreement. Are you getting it? Shortcut I'm giving you. Then what is a contract? A contract is an agreement enforceable by law. So these two words, full 2 marks. Then what is an offer? An offer is a proposal made by one party to the other party in order to obtain the willingness from the other party. Clear? So, who is an offeree? A person who makes an offer is an offerer. A person to whom an offer is being made, he is an offeree. Clear? Then, what is an acceptance? 2 marks again. What is an acceptance? When one person signifies his assent or willingness to another person, thereby an offer is said to be accepted. So, this is for 2 marks. Then, what is consideration? Anything that is being exchanged in between is a consideration. To one party, a consideration may be an object. To another party, a consideration may be the goods. So that exchanging is known as a consideration. The consideration must be lawful consideration. Right? Then next for 2 marks, what is a free concern? They will ask you. Then how do you write? A consent is said to be free consent when it is free from 5 things I said. And you should add the word free from. Okay. Free from coercion, undue influence, misrepresentation, fraud, and mistake. Then what is the contractual capacity of the parties? Again for 2 marks. Who are the parties who can enter into the contract? A person of sound mind, a major person, a person who is not prohibited by law. So these are the 3 persons who have got right to enter into the contract. Or they may ask you, who are the persons who do not have the capacity to enter into the contract? Then you should write a minor, a person of unsound mind, then a person who is being prohibited by law. Right? So you should write that. Then I told you what is an lawful object. Right? And the subject matter to which you are entering into the contract is known as an object. An object must be lawful. That means it must not be prohibited by law. Right? Then you can say that an object is an lawful object. Clear? These are all the important things for 2 marks. First, then they may ask you what is void agreement or void contract, voidable. Mostly they will ask you voidable, many times they have asked. Void and voidable. Right? What is a void contract? An agreement that is being unenforceable by law. All such agreements or contracts are called void contracts. Voidable means an contract where one of the party to the contract, right? So adoption of one of the parties to the contract, so such contracts are called voidable contracts. These are all for 2 marks important. Then coming to the 6 marks, they will ask you to write differentiate between void and voidable. Then next they will ask you all agreements are not contract, but all contracts are agreement. Justify or comment. 6 marks you will have to answer that. Right? Then they may ask you explain briefly the essentials of a valid offer or acceptance, or they may ask you the different kinds of consideration. That's it important. Then different kinds of damages. For 16 marks, they will ask you explain briefly the characteristics features of a valid contract. Or they may ask you to explain briefly the rules of a valid contract, the essentials of a valid contract. All these are the same answer. Then all these 10 points you'll have to learn. Right? Or 13 marks, they will ask you a minus agreement is void. Explain with the help of a case law Mohra Bibi versus Damodar Das Ghosh. So yesterday I told you, explained you about these case law. Right? Three important cases you should learn. One case, the first one, in a social agreement it comes. That is Mr. Balfour versus Mrs. Balfour. In this case, I said they are husband and wife. So you know this case law. So who are not there, just note it. Mr. and Mr. Balfour were husband and wife. So, an husband promised to his wife if he goes abroad, he will every month, he will give a pocket money of $50. So, he went abroad, paid the wife for some months, but later on, he stopped making the payment. Then she went and sued Mr. Balfour in the court of law. These are the facts of the case. The decision of the case is that the court stated that, and it is an agreement, is a social agreement. So it has been entered out of the feudatory relationship that is being enjoyed as an husband and wife in the society. So an husband can make many promises to a wife and it can be broken. So this is an example of social agreement. Clear with the first case law? And the second, Carlyle versus Smokeball Company Limited. So this comes in general offer, right? So again, the facts of the case are Carlyle was a lady, Carbolic Smokeball Company came with an advertisement that whoever is consuming this, whoever is suffering from an influenza of cold can consume these tablets, 2 tablets per day, right, for 15 days. Their cold influenza of cold will be permanently cured. So Carlyle went to the chemist, bought the medicine, and she consumed as per the instructions given by it. And an advertisement also stated that already $1,000 is being deposited in the bank for whoever is suffering will be paid, right? So therefore she consumed it as per the instructions given by the company. Even after 15 days, it was not cured. So she went and sued the Carbolic company. These are the facts of the case. Then, decision of the court. So the court said that Carbolic company is liable to pay because it is a general offer. Anybody can accept it. There is no specific party to an acceptance because an offer itself is a general offer. The act itself of consuming is enough to show that there was an offer and an acceptance. So it was a valid contract. So therefore, the company is liable to pay. Right? Then the third important case law is in case of they'll ask you comment on minus agreement is void with the help of Mohra Bibi versus Damodar Das Ghosh. So in this case, Mohra Bibi was a lady, Damodar Das Ghosh was the owner of the building. She went and entered into an agreement for mortgaging of a property for rupees 20,000. This is an Indian case for rupees 20,000. And as an advance, she had made 8,000 rupees paid to the Damodar Das Ghosh. So after making of the payment of advance, she came to know that he was a minor. So she withdrew the contract and she went and claimed 8,000 rupees back from Damodar Das Ghosh. But he did not pay him back. Then she went to the court of law in order to sue Damodar Das Ghosh. Right? These are the facts of the case. The decision, the court set aside the case stating that a minor's agreement is void agreement. It cannot be enforced in the court of law. Then the court gave the three effects. That is, first one, no right of restitution. That is, whatever the rights that is being enjoyed by a minor out of the contract, he cannot restore it back or he cannot give it back. Right? So therefore, he was not liable to return back 8,000 rupees to Mohra Bibi. The second one is no right of ratification. That means a minor, when he entered into an agreement, you need not wait till he becomes a major and sue him. So the court will not enforce such case. Take for example, today tonight he is completing 19 years, tomorrow he will be 20. So today he has entered into an agreement, but what happened? Unfortunately, you cannot sue him. Wait till tomorrow and sue him, but just one day difference also, right? Right? So next is no right of restitution, no ratification. Then again here, you cannot, the third one is here, you cannot sue, nobody can stop him, right against estoppel. That means nobody can stop him even if he falsely says that he has attained the age of majority. So he's just 17 years. He will say simply, no, 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 I am a major person. You can enter into the contract with me. Therefore, when he falsely says also, then what happened here? The case is not being enforceable by law and the court will not punish. You have falsely concealed your age and entered into the contract, right? Because the minus contract itself is a void contract. So these are the three important effect of the minus agreement. So they will ask you for 13 marks this question. Carlins, or they may ask you Damodar Das Ghosh, or they will ask you to explain the characteristics or what are the different ways how a breach or what are the different remedies for the breach of contract, right? Or anything, legal rules of offer, acceptance, consideration, anything they may ask. So anything, any doubt regarding all these topics? So we'll move on to the next class. We'll move on to the next chapter. We will do Consumer Protection Act or we will do Sale of Goods Act. In these two, the next important, these two chapters are. We will start with the Sale of Goods Act or Consumer Protection Act. So clear with this? Everybody understood? No doubt. I can assume that the Indian contract as is very clear to all of you all. Yes or no?
Yes,
Yes,
ma'am.
ma'am.
Yes, okay. So all have taken vaccine?
No,
Ma'am,
ma'am.
I'm searching